Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. Let me just get everything set up here. We're going to do some testing with Interactive Brokers using this pretty useful site called AlgoTrading101. I'm going to get my screen all set up so I don't forget. You don't have to see the long-haired freak talk about stuff. So this is the article I'm referring to. Just so you know, this is not my resources. It's from this guy, Gignesh Davda, AlgoTrading101.com blog. Interactive Brokers Python API Native, a step-by-step guide. Okay, so I'm going to assume you know how to do this. This is now on Linux. What causes a number of reasons. Somebody actually asked for it on YouTube. I'm doing it as a backup, just as a connection with Python, with Interactive Brokers. I've not done this a whole lot, and using, as I said, Linux Mint as well. Okay, so that's the version I'm on. So here's the setup right now. Is currently I'm using Python 3.69, and everything's working so far. The article's here. It's pretty well everything you need. It's really self-explanatory, quite good actually, how to download the TWS. So for me, I have the TWS here, right here, and let me bring that up. And this is again for Linux, and this is kind of messed up. I don't know why, but couple things you want to know about are demo passwords. They do still exist. You can see here we have PM demo, password demo user, all lowercase, so that may work. I don't think it will actually. Sorry about that. So I'm going to use my individual, this email here, and here's Interactive Brokers loading it up. And a couple of things that it's kind of messed up on my Linux for whatever reason. When it comes to setting up the API setting, what we have to contend with here is, let me just find the wrong article. All right, here's the API setting. So you'll see it. I'm using the classic TWS mode. That's what I'm used to, so that's what I use. So we can ignore these messages, API, applications. This is the latest version. Now, again, I'm using a demo version. So under here, configure. This is where it gets messed up. What I'm about to show you, I really can't show you on this computer for whatever reason, but you can definitely see it on here. You want to click on Enable ActiveX Socket Client. Maybe read only for security purposes. That's the socket port you need. You also need to set up allow connections for localhost only, and that's for just security reasons. Now, again, you can put this locally on a server that I've set up via Vultr. Some might do a separate video for this. Using all this, it's pretty good actually. So when you scroll on down to the article, again, I'm going to let you read it. I just don't want to bore people. These are the typical objects you'll use with eClient, eWrapper. The first thing, I might be able to provide this source code via my GitHub repository, but really the code's all there. It's got to copy and paste it into a Python file. It should work. But the first test we want to do is, we'll just see here. So really, the first thing you want to test is the connection. It does work. In my case, what I'm testing for is very simple. I'm going to test Apple right here. This is the source code that I've created. Again, this is the connection into the TWS. Right here, that's the port. And the 1, 2, 3, I can't remember what that is, but whatever. And then we have to set up the contract that we're after. and this is now requesting a market data, and then it will come back with some verbiage. So if I go into my prompt here, my command, my Linux terminal, what you can do is you can run that. It's called test Apple. So it's not going to do a whole lot, but because this is demo, you get all these connection errors into the cash farm, US farm, or whatever. But it which is really just getting the Euro USD. This is for FX or for Forex. So this will capture some data here, historical. Now, please remember when you're dealing with interactive brokers in demo mode, it's not real data, it's junk data. So you will have to use the real account, make sure it's funded. I think it's at least $2,000 to get the data, proper data. Otherwise, you pay for it. But if you get an account to a certain size of a few thousand US, you can get the data for free. So in this test right here, we just do test Euro. And again, it's the same setup here, but this is the key here is in the class here of the IB API. I'm going to print out the date and time and the closing price. So here, I guess you can do multi-threading, but this is the real weakness of interactive brokers. But this article does show it's quite simple because you're trying to keep it single threaded. Once you go into multi-threading in Python, it's a pure hell. So here's the asset setup that you have to put in, the Euro, USD, and the exchange you want. And then other parameters on the 1 hour bid, all that fun stuff. They'll sleep, and then a disconnect. So again, that's to slow down the server, because I'm sure you get some what they call racing conditions, which you don't want. And when this gets called, this gets instantiated or called, and called the time, bar date, and the bar close. So when I run this on my right here, Python test Euro, this will work. Oh, we got an error here, 13. That's easy to hopefully fix. Okay, what happened there? Invalid syntax. There's a better way, which I typically do, is just bar data, print, bar close. There's different ways to do this. Let me just comment that out just for fun. And then rerun. Hopefully this will run. No module. Hold on here. Oh, I know why it's not running. I'm calling Python 2, not Python 3. Okay, that's the big difference. So if I go Python 3, there it's running now. So you can see here, this is the system time in Unix time or epoch, and that's the price. Okay, so that kind of runs real good. Next one we are going to do is now, I've skipped some demos here. So you have here test trade. So this is farther down in the article, fairly basic. Again, this is going to run an infinite loop here, keep it single threaded. And here's the setup right here. It's going to do a buy order on Euro USD. Now it's going to do a cancel order. So the output, as far as I know, will be, I believe, might be this one right here. Now, a couple things we can do here is watch the TWS, the response, in parallel. Let this run. So this demo doesn't demonstrate it as great, But what it will do is it will, first of all, show that the Python is communicating with Interactive Brokers TWS, or Trader Workstation. So we want to do a test trade. So submitted, fill, remaining. You can see here, these are the orders right here as well. But there's a better demo, order canceled. So you can see that in the source code as well. Again, this is a demo code. This is not the best demo, but the point is that it's communicating. So the other example here, this test order SLTP works best. So what it will do is it will send out, I think, 2 orders. So you get the order ID here, and it will print out the different order statuses for the different order types. You'll be also able to see that so it's going to do a buy, a sell as well. And I think that's what it's going to look like. So what you want to watch for is what happens in the TWS to show it works. So just do a test order SLTP there. Let's see here. That works. Okay, so we have messages here filled, filled, and usually you'll see that activity right in here, which is the under the trading log, I believe, but this is the snapshot of the instrument. And as I said, it was for this one right here. So I do believe, I haven't used this in a while, but all I want to show is that this is working. This is working pretty good, demo code and all. So at the end of the day, this does work. From that article, I just showed you the AlgoTrading101. So that's a good reference. I'll put that in the description. You really don't need the code for me because it's in the blog item. So we'll leave it at that. Just wanted to give you a quick snapshot that this does work. It's confirmed to work. And again, I'm referring to this article here, this AlgoTrading101. So if you're on the blog, I'm sorry, on the podcast, what you're looking for is AlgoTrading101.com. Look for an article called Interactive Brokers Python API Native, a step-by-step guide. So that will walk you through everything you need to know about regarding Python and Interactive Brokers. Now, even on Linux, it's up to date. So it's pretty good. It can be done. So that's proven now via this article. So if anybody has questions, point them to these guys because they've done a pretty good job in showing this. But I just want to show you that I've confirmed it works as well. So we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.